Hi there, so welcome back to a new video from me. And this one's quite unusual because it's flowers, not woodlands. Anyway, I just thought I'd take you right through from bringing some images into my Lightroom setup and going through. And I'm going to make a multiple exposure today, or at least that's the plan from what I've got in front of me here. So I haven't even looked at these images. They're literally just come in. And I've done this before with woodlands, but I thought I'd do it again. It never hurts to watch a couple of times and see what I do, especially with different subject matter. So I'm just going to take you through. You can see here I've got a number of images here, and these are all just of the same subject matter. And I'm just going to go very quickly through them on the first one. Anything that I think is a possibility, I'm giving a 1 star. I'm going through these quite quickly the first time. Things like this, bit busy, that could make a good background. Don't like the movement on that one. That one's a bit messy. That's a bit messy. I'm only looking for maybe 5 or 6, so I don't want too many out of this group. If something grabs me, like I like that one, that's a bit softer. Don't like that one. That the shapes are the lines are a bit hard for the soft flowers. Not digging that much. Let's have a look a little bit further. Prefer that one. Of the 3 there, I find this one the softest, and I can see at the bottom here I've got 3 to choose from, so I will at least try and choose one. Although I quite like that because I've obviously changed how light. What's the difference there? Actually went a faster 0.6 of a second versus a third of a second. That's all that I changed on that one, so maybe the sun came out. Probably like that one. Again, I'm just going through these very quickly. I quite like that. It's kind of watercolory. That's exactly the same photo as this one, but without any movement. So that might be useful for overlaying when I come to do multiple exposures. That one's not quite sharp. That one's a little bit better. That one, don't like at all. Not enough movement. That one, I've kind of lost the movement. Or lost the sort of what it is. That one's too much detail. This is me personally. See, I'd much prefer something like that. I like the movement in this one and how soft it's become. Prefer the composition in this one to this one. I'm finding there's too much green in the bottom left. I'm just talking you through my thought process as I do this. Yeah, nothing there is grabbing me any more than possibly that one. Okay, so now what I do is I go back in here, or actually what I do is I'll go back because I've got too many, it's not showing me. So what I will now do is go and get rid of any that haven't got 1 stars. And we will see the ones that I've shortlisted. I'm looking for a kind of number, maybe 10, something like that to start with from this little group of images. If it's a little bit more, if it's a little bit less, I'm not too worried. So as you can see, I've left all of the 1 star ones, and we have, what do we have there? 12 images? 4 sets. Yeah, we have 12 possibilities. And in there you can see I've got 3 sharp ones that aren't ICM, and all the rest are ICM, and they've got various. So these ones just here, these first 5 are all going to match in one set, and then the bottom ones are all going to match in another set. So I'm being quite brutal here, and I'm just going to now decide which of these that I might like to keep here. So I know I'm going to keep that one because I want to do multiple exposure. So we're going to go with a 2 on that one. Now I've got to choose out of the next 4 which one I like best. Okay, so I've got to choose one of these. Not liking that one anymore. Actually, it hasn't got a 1 star, so I'm not quite sure what it's doing in there. Probably of all of them, I like that one for the texture. So I'm going to go with that one for the 2 stars. So I'm going to get, let's just do that again. Yep, definitely my best choice there. So I'm going to just get rid of, now I can see that these haven't got stars. I'm going to get rid of the 1 stars here now. So I've got my 2 that I'm going to try working with for the multiple exposure here. And then I'm going to have a look at the next. I know I'm going to try it with this one, so we'll definitely keep that one. And it's a case of choosing one, and we'll keep that one there. So it's a case of choosing one out of these 6 to go forward with. Probably that one of those. Let's see if there's anything here. Maybe that one. Okay. So now I've got all the 2 stars. I'm just getting rid of anything with 1 star here. This is my very quick and dirty. Normally I'd take a little bit longer, but I'm just showing you here. So now I have 3 possible sharp ones for using on multiple exposure and 3 soft ones. So I'm going to leave these as these are because I don't need to narrow it down anymore. So I'm not sure this is even going to work. So you're kind of following along with me as we go here. So let's just, there we go, attributes of 2. I'm going to take these 2 into Lightroom. So we're going to select them both, into Photoshop, sorry. Select them both, edit in, and we're going to open as layers in Photoshop and see what we can do, if anything. It may be that they're not different enough, in which case I need to have another think. But this is kind of how I play when I'm trying to think about maybe putting 2 images together that I've taken at the same time in a location. I'm thinking probably I like the ICM the most, and that this image just needs to be on top as an extra. So I'm going to leave that sat on top here, make sure it's selected, and I'm just going to run through these. I'm just going to run through these very quickly and just see if there's anything. Now, I quite like that. It's quite whimsical. That's a very gentle. It looks so it's just got a texture added to it now. Some things go a little bit wacky. Overlay, it's gone a bit darker, but you got the nice sort of, you got the really nice balance of the 2, the ICM and the non-ICM. I think I probably like that one better of the 2 there. It's always quite fun to play all the way through. So which ones did I like? I quite liked, I'm going to go with that one for this I think I'm going to go with that one for the minute, but I'm just going to take it, I'm not going to have it 100% because I think or maybe I am. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just move these around so the top layer is actually on the top, and then I can move that off. There we go. So I've put the top, I've put the texture as if I was using it as a texture now, which I kind of am in this situation because I think it's lovely. So what I've done is I've made sure that I've got the plants as strong as possible, and then I'm just going to add the texture on until I feel it it does what I quite like. And in this situation, I quite actually it's up to 100%. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm just going to put a layer mask on here down, choosing this here. And what it allows you, and then you choose the paintbrush and make sure it's the opposite colour. So we need black here to be working with versus the layer mask of white. And I've just got my caps lock on. So I've just tucked the caps lock and I get the arrow back. And I only want to take a little bit off, so I'm really going to go low opacity here. And I just want to bring back a little bit of detail on some of these flowers here. Not much, because I don't want you to be able to see that I've kind of started painting over them. So I just want to bring a tiny little bit back to some of these flowers that got completely lost in the process here. And if you wanted to be really kind of really spend a bit of time, you could actually bring back all these details really nicely. So that's kind of, again, quite a quick version of that. Just looking at this is kind of bugging me a bit. So I am just going to get rid of that by going over. I think I need to flatten my layer first, and then I can go over that. And I'm just going to very gently, I don't want to make it, can still be there. It doesn't have to disappear completely, but it definitely needs to be lighter than it was. That probably will end up getting rid of this completely. You can see I'm just kind of randomly clicking. I don't want it to pick up a specific, I don't want you to be able to look at it and say, oh, that's sort of next to there. And you can just see it's just, yeah, you just don't want to make it look, I'm probably may not have the whole image in the end. So let's just pick a little bit of this up here and put it in there. Oop. Right, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to file, save, and if you just go through this version between Photoshop and Lightroom, what it will do is it will bring it back in with the other images you've got here. So I'm just going to show you what we've got here. So these were the first two images that I used, and this is what I've created. And I quite like that. I think probably maybe it's a little bit up here, so I'm just going to have a very quick play with the crop here. I quite like, let's try a square one just for the fun of it. Double L to make it go black round it. I'm not sure that the square does work now. Actually, I'm going to not use the square. I'm going to go back to the, let's go back to the 4x6. Double L so we can have a play. Tricky one, that. I don't like how bright these are up on the top, so I definitely want to lose them. I'm just going to move that up because I want to balance this nicely. So I'm just going to go, let's just have a look. It's quite a hard line on that side, isn't it? There we go. I'm quite liking, yeah, I'm quite liking that. So we've got a nice balance between these sort of elements here on the right, elements on the left, and then you've got these little three at the top which are actually holding the image down from the top. Maybe if I spend longer I might take this out. I might kind of reduce how strong this is, but that's kind of essentially walking you through very quickly. Hope you can keep up with the gallop. Moving from these two images here, an ICM, a non-ICM image, to using the ICM image in this situation as a texture to add some softness to it. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed it, do give me a like, do subscribe, and share it if you think anybody else you know would like it. And I look forward to seeing you soon. See you soon. Bye.